Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Chef Lethal Plays Path of Exile. This is episode 3, and I need to make a correction. This is season 6. I hope in the last episode I put in the description that it's season 6, because in the thumbnail I mentioned that it was season 5. I was definitely wrong. I went back and checked my channel. Doesn't matter. I'm here doing a post playthrough VO voiceover for those of us not in the biz, and so these are typically my least favorite way of creating content, but it's what we're doing right now. So I'm also at like a 26% faster speed than the game, so I can condense the time that it needs to be in order to get this done. So we're going through. I decided that I was going to try another ship experience down using a chart, just because I understand a little bit more what the situation was. I have a better weapon. So Valerie wanted me to go downstairs with her, and I'd love to go downstairs with Valerie anytime. But so it gives us this ring, and it gives us I think it was a transmute, and so this is the crafting mechanic for this league. So you can put in your item and put in your currency, and you have to pay for with some sulfur, and when you hit craft you get two options, so you can guarantee one of those things instead of you get to pick and choose. Instead of it just happen to landing on the thing that you don't want, you get the option of you might get this thing that you don't want, and you might get this thing you do want. You might get two things you don't want, but the option is there for you to decide, instead of it just being it's done. So I have a chart here. I'm gonna go ahead and run, and I don't even know where to go to put this thing in. I can put it right through there, but I've got to identify it first. So then we can jump into the bathysphere, head to the fathomless depths, and let's see what good fortunes become of us. So just upgraded my axe, so I'm feeling pretty confident. A lot of good monsters right here. So just slam, slammy, slam, grab what I can. I'm in need of a belt. Anything that's blue is going to give some good currency. Anything that is rare going to give good currency. And just a reminder, I have a keybind. It's like in the settings, it's listed as like a league general keybind. So like when I'm in heist, I can hit the same button and it will open up doors for me. When I'm looking at temples with Alva, I can hit the same keybind and it will open up the temple map. And for me, that's spacebar. I don't know what the default key is for placing these lanterns down, but I changed mine to spacebar is very convenient for me. So I don't really know how this works. I guess once you place the last lantern, it automatically just everything starts dying. And I did see another Zizaran video where there's going to be some updates coming really quick. This usually happens at the beginning of a league, where they take some feedback and make some adjustments based on how the community is feeling, especially like the tryhards that have been playing nonstop since launch. And they're changing a little bit, I think, of the way that the bathysphere situation works, where after you place a lantern, it will like shoot a green laser beam to where the actual bathysphere is. I don't know. I wasn't really paying too much attention because I was at work and I was having background noise, but we'll find out in a future episode, hopefully soon. But so that experience that we just did right now was pretty good. So we're here, and I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. You can ignore the next like 30 seconds of video, but I would prefer if you didn't, so you could get my watch time up. But yeah, I ended up walking the wrong way, so all this time I'm spending right here, it's the wrong direction. So here I am thinking, man, look at me go, I'm doing awesome, I'm doing great, avoiding all these guys. There's slam here, slam there. I saw that, I think that was an amulet, and we're just running through, and everything's going great. Making sure to hit that quicksilver as much as you can remember. Anytime you see it's filled up, ready to go, you gotta hit it. And we're in the submerged passage. Now, if you remember from last episode, we've already done the submerged passage. But my dumb brain doesn't remember, as I discussed in a previous episode. I don't remember the order of areas. So here I'm thinking, all right, rock and roll. We're already here. We reached the passage. And now it's time to freaking go. So I found a not dead-end path, which is very rare for me. Extraordinarily rare. And as you'll come to find throughout the series, stick with the series, if for no other reason than to count the number of times, not only that I reach a dead end, but that I complain about reaching a dead end. So I get down to the flooded depths, and this is where I begin thinking, like, this sounds kind of familiar. But I don't know if it's familiar in that I've already done it this playthrough, or just that I've done it, 10 times before. So this is another thing that is from the League. It's like free loot, basically, almost like an essence monster, except it doesn't give an essence; it just gives items, which was pretty sweet. So just following this pathway down, and I'm having lots of fun killing monsters, getting XP, and yeah. So we're just moving through, having a good time. I'm feeling pretty good about myself because I'm not hitting very many dead ends. I did a big loop-de-loop there, but that's okay. That's not a dead end. That's just a detour. That's a dead end, though. Take a sip every time I say the word dead end. It's 2 words. Joke's on you. So I'll come back up here, and now this is feeling good. I'm like, all right, this has got to be the way out, the way through. Getting really close. Orb of Alchemy, such a good drop for the first act. And I'm sitting here like the Dweller. Wait a minute, I have already done this. So then I have this thought of like, do I keep fighting it? Do I get the XP? And I said, nope, I'm done. I'm good. Let's go back to town. Because I don't want any part of that. I don't need it. I don't want it. It's really stupid. So I empty out my inventory. Good job, chef. I empty out my inventory. Change out some flasks. And then I'm going to hit the waypoint again, go back to the ledge, and go now in the opposite direction. Yeah, this is me checking using my arrow keys up there. Like, yep, that's the way I came. That was wrong. Let's go this way. So I thought maybe if I cut across here, it would be a bit of a shortcut instead of going down and then to the left. So lots of guys here. We're just going to pound right through them. There's a shrine right here, so I'm going to grab that. I think it was a brutal shrine, and it makes you do more damage and stuff, so it's very, very handy. Especially if you want to do more damage. Some currency, some charts. I'm going to grab that Scroll of Wisdom. As we progress through the game, there are characters in each town and in your hideout that will allow you to identify all items with the cost of no scrolls. But I don't have that unlocked yet in Act 1, so I do enjoy, even when I do have it unlocked, I do enjoy keeping a stack of wisdom scrolls on me just in case I find something out in the wild that I want to identify as a one-off. It's just very easy to just have it available at all times. So we'll keep going through, doing great here. Just mostly ignoring the monsters. Are they monsters? Is it fair to call them monsters because a lot of them are people? I mean, the skeletons, yeah. The skeletons we can call monsters. That's fine. They don't have feelings. Anyway. So, just running through. Every once in a while, I'm dropping a decoy totem just to get people off my back. Forgot about those decoy totems. Don't forget about decoy totems. They're great. And so I dropped the decoy totem, and then I saw that those guys were a magic pack. They give extra XP, so they weren't even looking at me. They were fooled by a decoy, believe it or not. And so I was able to smash them down and run away. Smash and run is my motto. Don't tell my wife. So here in the next area, gonna make sure I go up, I believe, yeah, go up and hit this waypoint, chef. Good job. It used to be way back in the day, you had to actually click on the waypoint icon. It was pretty annoying. They've gotten rid of that, so you just need to get near the waypoint and it will activate, so you don't need to worry about having precision accuracy on your clicking. Another one of these chests, I don't know what precisely to call them. I'll just call them all flame chests, just for lack of better terminology. Go ahead and smash these guys up, grab the chest, and grab those items. Iron ring, very good for this build right now, since we want to be doing as much physical damage as possible. And iron rings have an implicit value of doing an increased amount of physical damage. We talk a lot about modifiers, and I can get into it more as we get better items and stuff and things that we're looking at, but items, as you get them upgraded, oh, you know what, I need to talk about this. This is called a Legion encounter, if you see this timeless monolith anywhere. So this will spawn in a bunch of, basically, like, just consider them like clay soldiers. And so if they've got an icon over their head, they're like a general type, and they will have that type of reward, what corresponds with the icon. This one's just like general currency icon. And so once that timer reaches 0, any monsters, any of the guys that you've killed in the clay phase will spawn in real life, and then you get to kill them again. I don't think you get double XP for them, but it is what it is. You have to do it. You don't have to do the Legion encounter, but you do have to break them out of their shells in order for them to spawn out and get them again. So I decided to do it this time just to see what it was, because Legion has been reworked for this league, and it's probably too early to really tell if it's worth it or not, especially since I'm having to fight this guy and it's taking a really long time. He is pretty strong, but spoiler alert, I end up getting him down with the help of my decoy totem and get some items there and feeling pretty swell. So moving on around. So anyway, items that you know, we talked about affixes, and you can have they're broken out into different suffixes and prefixes, and that's just a way that the game can break up the type, so you don't end up with two overpowered items. TOO, too overpowered, not TWO, but it regulates the power of items that can be created or found within the game by splitting up the type of modifiers that can be prefixes and the type of modifiers that can be suffixes. So you can have up to 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes on a rare item. Unique items go by different rules, but we're not going to talk about unique items right now. We're just, I mean, honestly, the gameplay right now is kind of irrelevant too, so we're just slamming through monsters and just trying to get to the next area. There's another shrine, so that's a good find. And you see the book in the kind of top left of the mini map there. We're going to be heading over to there. We need to be doing this trial of ascendancy. After you do several of them, you're able to actually ascend your character's ascendancy. Is what everyone refers to the character type as. So like this is a Bone Shatter Juggernaut build, but we don't start as a Juggernaut. We start as a Marauder, and we ascend into the Juggernaut class. And each base class has 3 options for ascendancies, and they're pivotal. They're pivotal in getting your character to the point where you want them to be and where everyone builds them. So become familiar with those. This is a simple spike trap. I end up getting caught in the spikes a lot because I'm impatient. Going back to talking about items, I'm really bad about continuing talking about the thing that I was talking about, so I'm trying to get better at that. But So a rare item can have 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes. And then there's an additional, like, I'll call it above the line modifier that some items can have. And it doesn't count as a prefix or a suffix. It's just called an affix. No, it's called an implicit. It's an implicit modifier. And it means that that modifier is implicit to the item. So for an iron ring, this whole conversation started because I picked up an iron ring. For an iron ring, the implicit modifier is like adds 1 to 4 physical damage. And then on top of that, I can have 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes, up to 3 and 3. So in reality, a maxed out iron ring can have 7 total modifiers. There's additional like advanced crafting options out there. I'm not going to get too much into it, but there are these things called Vaal orbs, VAAL, that can unpredictably change the properties of an item. In the later stages of the game, you can have in a situation where you have 2 corrupted implicit modifiers, and those are generally the ways to get the best. It's so highly RNG, but the ways to get some of the best items in the game end up being corrupted, double corrupted with corruption. Double implicit, double corrupted implicits is what I'm trying to say. I believe I just got better gloves there, or I got the faster attacks support gem. I wasn't paying too much attention, if I'm being honest, because I was talking about implicit modifiers. Got a sweet belt there. That was pretty helpful. And got 1 amulet. Has no modifiers on it except for the implicit modifier of life regen, which is handy, but it would be better if it had more stuff on it, but it doesn't, so that's okay. Well, we can get there. We have currency to make it happen. Got a nice level up. And smashing through these monsters. I see the blue monsters, and I'm tempted to want to take down as many of them as I can, just because better XP, faster leveling up, better progression on the skill tree, more damage, more life, more everything, all better. Here, I just surprisingly went the right way to get to the upper prison. And we're going to just keep on doing the same thing we've been doing this whole thing. I'm going to go ahead and check. So I have to head up to that butchery node. I checked on my other monitor. I had Path of Building open, so I wanted to make sure I was going the right direction. So got the travel node, and we'll be heading up to that butchery notable skill in a few levels. Going through is a quadruple dead end situation there, which is awesome. Heading through here, this narrow area. The thing about Ground Slam is it has a pretty wide area of effect. It's not very deep, but it's pretty wide. So narrow walkways, doorways, anywhere you can have a choke point is really, really good for this skill. It's unfortunate that Ground Slam doesn't really scale to be like an ultra end game skill. I wish it did, because I enjoy it. It's like I said before, it's one of my favorite sort of archetypes to play, and it's like the first attempt is like when I first came back to playing Path of Exile like 6 years ago, maybe less than that, like let's call it 4 years ago, when I started playing Path of Exile again. I played a Ground Slam build, and it was terrible, but I had so much fun, and so that's just kind of sticking with me as, you know, like nostalgia type thing. So I do enjoy that. I picked up this axe and was immediately like, that's a huge upgrade, so we're gonna go ahead and trade. And the beautiful thing is I don't have to worry about gem slot colors, because they all go anywhere It's amazing. Even if a gem, even if a slot has a particular color on the weapon or on the item, any gem color can be slotted into it. It's just that if you have a matching slot and color, you get a bonus. So that's a really humongous quality of life upgrade. So here I'm going through and looking for Brutus. I placed a portal just because I'm afraid that I might die and I don't want to have to do a ton of backtracking. So there he is. And this ends up, I just upgraded my axe, so this does end up being pretty easy. Spoiler. And especially with the decoy totem, he's so hyper focused on the totem that even when he slams the ground, he does the triple slam, it doesn't affect me even if I'm kind of in the ring of his slam. So feeling really good about this all going right now. So he goes down. Bye bye. Time for you to go. Pick up all the loot and need to make some decisions on what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. Make some adjustments to my inventory, and we head out to the warden's chambers and out to Prisoner's Gate and hit the waypoint. I don't actually need to hit the waypoint, but I did hit it because I wanted to go to Lion Eye's Watch. We're gonna deposit everything in my inventory and then talk to Tarkly, get our rewards, and end the episode. So while past chef is getting this done, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my outro here. So I want to just say thank you so very much for watching this episode. A bit of a weird one to start out the series kind of thing, with being at the third episode. I'm doing a voiceover. I don't typically enjoy doing these episodes because they take literally twice as long to do, because I do the recording and then I have to come back and sit through watching my gameplay and talking over it like I am doing right now. I prefer to do all at once, but sometimes I can't. This is more information than you need to know. But anyways, I am a very open and honest person. Let's gamble a pair of gloves, and they're great. They're so much better than what I have, so we're going to use those. But I want to say again, thank you so very much for watching this episode. Subscribe to the channel, please, if you enjoy this or just want to make me feel good. Even if you'll never watch another video of mine, it does genuinely make me feel excited when I see new subscribers come to the channel. Comments that are left on videos, I read, and I mostly respond to every single one. And just know that you are seen, you are heard, and I appreciate everything that you do to engage with my channel, and it's amazing. So thank you again. Episode 3 coming to a close here, so episode 4 will be coming very soon. I still have to record it, so I have no idea, but that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so incredibly much for watching, and I will see you next time.